What if I told you that the only thing keeping you ordinary is the way you see yourself? You've been walking through life like a sleeping god, pretending to be average, pretending to fit in. But the truth is, the moment you stop acting like everyone else, the universe starts responding to you differently. You were never born to be common. You were born to create, to influence, to awaken. Yet most people spend their entire lives in quiet imitation, echoing opinions that aren't theirs, chasing goals that don't ignite their souls. They live by the scripts handed to them by society, never realizing they have the power to write their own story. But here's the secret. When you begin to act as if you are not a common man, everything about your reality begins to shift. Your energy, your perception, your destiny. Acting as if isn't pretending. It's awakening. It's remembering who you truly are beneath the layers of fear, conformity, and doubt. You don't fake greatness. You realize it. You start to embody the state of someone who knows that life bends to their consciousness. And that subtle shift from seeking power to being power changes everything, because the world doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your state of being. Look around you. The world is full of people who wait. They wait for opportunities, for approval, for signs. But those who rise, those who make history, don't wait. They assume their greatness long before the world confirms it. They walk, speak, and think as if they are already what they wish to be. They don't chase success, they magnetize it, because they understand that life is not about becoming someone. It's about remembering who you've always been. When you act as if you are not common, you stop begging for validation. You no longer need the world to tell you who you are. You tell it. You move with certainty. Even when the path isn't clear, you trust your intuition. Even when others call it madness, you begin to understand that the universe mirrors your inner state. If you carry yourself as a creator, creation bends to your will. If you act like a victim, life gives you endless reasons to suffer. There's a quiet power in those who walk with inner conviction. They don't shout their worth. It radiates from them. Their presence changes rooms, not because they demand attention, but because their energy commands it. Acting as if you are uncommon is not arrogance, it's awareness. It's realizing that you are consciousness experiencing itself through human form. You are the dreamer, not the dream. The architect, not the blueprint. The painter, not the paint. Every time you tell yourself, I can't, you deny the divine in you. Every time you compare yourself to others, you shrink from your true potential. The common man seeks approval. The uncommon man creates standards. The common man waits for direction. The uncommon one listens to his inner compass. The common man survives. The uncommon one lives. To act as if you are not a common man, you must begin to think differently. You must rise above the noise of mediocrity and step into the silence of mastery. That means disconnecting from the need to please and reconnecting with the need to be real. It means doing what others fear, speaking your truth, walking alone if you must, trusting your timing, and surrendering your doubts. Because when you stop following the crowd, you start leading your life. The common man sees life as something happening to him. The uncommon man knows life happens through him. He understands that every thought he holds, every emotion he nurtures, becomes a signal to the universe. So he chooses his frequency carefully. He doesn't dwell in complaint. He vibrates with intention. He doesn't live for recognition. He lives from alignment. He knows that everything he desires already exists in a parallel reality, and all he must do is match the vibration of that reality. To act uncommon is to own your story. Stop apologizing for your vision. Stop shrinking your light to make others comfortable. Stop explaining your purpose to people who can't see it. You owe no one an explanation for being extraordinary. You owe yourself the courage to embody it fully. Because the moment you claim your greatness, you give others permission to find theirs. Ask yourself, what does a common man do? He doubts, he hesitates, he seeks permission, He fears failure. He hides behind excuses. Now ask yourself, what does an uncommon man do? He decides, he acts, he learns, he fails forward, he moves even when afraid. The difference between the two is not talent, but belief. Belief in one's ability to shape destiny, belief in one's power to choose meaning, belief that the invisible forces of the universe respond to conviction. Remember this: greatness is not found in comfort. It's born in defiance. Every time you break a limitation, every time you rise after a fall, you're acting as if you are not common. Every time you forgive when you could hate, focus when you could complain, create when you could rest, you are becoming what others only dream to be. That is the way of the awakened. Stop living for the applause of others. Stop performing for validation. Act as if you are already approved by the highest power, because you are. Life doesn't need your permission to bless you. It needs your alignment. Walk as if every step is guided. Speak as if every word carries divine authority. Work as if the universe is watching, rearranging everything in your favor, because when you act from that truth, it does. Alan Watts once said that we play roles: the businessman, the artist, the lover, the thinker, but we forget we are the actor behind them all. When you act as if you are not common, you step out of the costume. You stop identifying with the mask. You remember that you are consciousness wearing a name, a face, a story. And when you truly remember that, fear dissolves. You realize that no role can contain the immensity of your being. Every legend began with someone who refused to be ordinary. Every revolution started with one soul who acted as if their dream was already real. You are that soul. You were never meant to follow the pattern. You were meant to set it. The fire in your spirit wasn't placed there to keep you warm. It was placed there to light the world. So stop dimming it. Stand in it, walk in it, speak in it. You will be misunderstood. You will be doubted. People will question your confidence, your choices, your vision. Let them. The world has always mocked what it cannot understand. But when you stay consistent, when you stay certain, when you stay true, those same people will call you lucky. They will never realize that what they call luck is the inevitable result of someone who acted as if they were not common. Your mind is the temple where miracles are born. When you hold an image with faith, the universe begins to move in silence. You may not see progress immediately, but energy never lies. What you feel becomes what you live. So feel greatness, feel power, feel abundance, feel destiny unfolding now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it by living from the end. So today, act differently, walk differently, speak differently. Don't mirror mediocrity, project mastery. Don't chase validation, radiate worth. Don't hope to be seen, see yourself first. Let your presence remind the world that you came not to blend in, but to break patterns. Every breath is a reminder that you are not here by accident. You are an expression of divine intention. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, who would I be if I stopped pretending to be small? The answer to that question is your destiny. That version of you, confident, unstoppable, radiant, already exists. All you must do is act as if you are that person now. Walk into every room as though the universe moves with you. Speak as if your words carry truth. Live as if your dream is inevitable. And soon the world will have no choice but to reflect that truth back to you. Because reality is not built by effort, it's built by energy. You are not waiting for the change. You are the change. You are not seeking a miracle. You are the miracle. Act like it. Because you, my friend, are not a common man. You never were. And the moment you remember that, the universe will remember you. You attract what you embody, not what you wish for. The moment you carry yourself as if you are already living your dream, the universe takes notice. Energy is your language, and the world speaks it fluently. When you walk with certainty, you draw experiences that reflect that certainty. When you breathe confidence, opportunity finds its way to you. Life listens to your vibration not your doubts. Pretend nothing, believe everything. Feel what you desire as if it's already done. The uncommon man doesn't wait for proof. He becomes the proof. You create by embodying the feeling of arrival. The more real it feels within, the sooner it appears without. This is how the extraordinary live while the common wait. Greatness begins the moment you stop seeking permission. You were not born to fit into systems built by others. You were born to build your own. Every time you look for validation, you hand your power away. The uncommon man moves from inner authority, not external approval. He knows that waiting for the world's blessing is an endless delay. You must rise before applause comes, and act before recognition follows. The world only respects those who respect themselves first. To act without permission is to claim ownership of your destiny. The crowd fears this level of freedom because it threatens their comfort. But freedom was never meant to be comfortable. It was meant to be lived. When you stop asking if you can, you start proving that you can. That's when the world begins to follow your lead. Confidence is not arrogance. It is awareness of truth. It is the quiet knowing that you are capable, worthy, and chosen for more. Arrogance seeks attention, but confidence attracts it naturally. The uncommon man doesn't shout his value. He moves with it. His energy speaks louder than his words ever could. He walks as though he already belongs wherever he goes. You can feel it, that grounded calm that doesn't need validation. True confidence comes from seeing yourself as complete, not waiting to be made whole by others. It's a sacred energy that says, I am enough. And because he believes it, the universe conspires in his favor. Confidence opens doors that fear cannot even knock on. It is the bridge between dreaming and becoming. You are not here to blend in. You are here to stand out. The purpose of your life is not to mimic, but to express. You were crafted with a pattern unlike any other, a signature only you can leave. Yet most hide behind imitation, afraid of being different. The uncommon soul celebrates his uniqueness. He doesn't dilute it. To stand out is not to rebel against others, but to align with your truth. Every great creation was born from someone unafraid to look unusual. The crowd may resist you, but that's because your light exposes their sleep. Do not apologize for shining too brightly. The world needs examples, not echoes. The moment you choose authenticity over acceptance, you awaken your true power. That is where greatness begins, in the courage to be yourself completely. The universe doesn't respond to words. It responds to energy. You can speak affirmations all day, but if your spirit whispers doubt, nothing changes. Reality listens to how you feel about yourself. The uncommon man knows that his inner state writes his outer world. When he feels rich within, abundance finds him. When he feels powerful, challenges turn into opportunities. Life is an energetic mirror reflecting the music of your thoughts. So tune your frequency to gratitude, strength, and belief. Don't fight for what you want. Align with it. The world rearranges itself for those who vibrate higher. Your energy is the magnet. Your mind is the sculptor. Together they shape your reality with precision. Mediocrity is a choice, not destiny. The world might have told you that you are limited, but that story is optional. The uncommon man refuses to live small because he knows it dishonors the power within him. He rises even when tired, acts even when afraid, and believes even when unseen. The ordinary settle, the uncommon stretch. Every great soul faced doubt and kept going. Greatness is simply persistence, disguised as destiny. You don't stumble upon purpose. You forge it through repetition and faith. Each small act of discipline separates the average from the exceptional. The price of mediocrity is regret. The reward of effort is freedom. Refuse the easy path. It leads nowhere worth going. The uncommon man doesn't chase. He attracts. He understands that chasing comes from lack, and lack repels what you desire. Instead, he lives in the vibration of fulfillment, and things begin to find him. His stillness becomes magnetic. His calm becomes power. People and opportunities sense his self-assurance and move toward it. He doesn't compete because he knows abundance is infinite. His focus is not on taking, but on becoming. When you act complete, you stop begging the world for completion. Attraction is the art of silent certainty. You don't have to prove anything. You just have to be it. The world meets you at the level of your belief, not your desire. That is the secret rhythm of attraction. Your reality is a mirror of your state of being. You can't experience while feeling unworthy. You can't receive love while living in fear. The outer world bends to the story you tell yourself daily. The uncommon man rewrites his script until it matches the life he wants. He guards his thoughts like treasure, knowing they are seeds of destiny. If you think small, life responds small. If you think limitless, doors appear. The power has always been internal, never external. You project your belief into form every second. Life has no resistance to clarity. It only mirrors confusion. Choose what you wish to see reflected and feel it as truth. Soon the mirror will have no choice but to agree. Those who act uncommon are misunderstood first and admired later. The crowd mocks what it can't explain. They will question your silence, your confidence, your vision, but keep moving. Your consistency will silence their doubt. The uncommon soul plays the long game. He doesn't need instant applause. Every great figure walked through misunderstanding before glory. It is the fire that purifies your purpose. Let them talk while you build. Let them doubt while you evolve. Time always reveals what noise cannot hide. Stay rooted in your truth until the world adjusts to your light. When results speak, critics vanish. Patience is the armor of the extraordinary. You are consciousness playing human, not a human seeking meaning. You are the awareness behind every thought, the presence beneath every mask. The common man forgets this and becomes trapped in identity. The uncommon one remembers that roles are temporary, but being is eternal. You are not your name, your job, or your past. You are the force animating it all. Once you awaken to that truth, fear loses its power. You stop living for outcomes and start living from essence. You realize that everything you seek already exists within you. You are not becoming divine, you always were. Life becomes play, not struggle. To know yourself as consciousness is to become limitless. That is the ultimate act of being uncommon.